hop back in. Yeah, I have the old GoPro on a tripod. Alright, good morning YouTube. Today let's put on the wideband. We took this off the race car. He's changing his whole harness and wiring. We have already mounted, my son 3D printed a gauge pod that goes right there. Wideband and oil pressure. We should be able to get everything hooked up today. I do need an adapter or a T-fitting for the oil pressure. They're different from B series. You know, the K series is different thread pitch. So I gotta get one. So yeah, let's get this car jacked up so I mount the O2 sensor on the header. So okay guys, let's go take off one of those plugs. Let's see if we can make it work in there. Okay, so we're running it there. The reason being is this is at an angle, this is straight. Even though you'll have more room here, it's better the way it's a little bit pointing down, so that way any condensation that collects on the tip, you know, on the sensor will just drain down. If it's straight, it'll just stay on the sensor and eventually ruin it. Granted, this thing goes bad quite a lot if you're using E85s or M1. So it might be a mute point anyway, but yeah. Okay, now we're gonna run the connector for it same spot as we ran our engine harness. Just trying to figure out whether it's easier to move the battery. Okay, we've got it running through the hole for the AC evaporator, same as the engine harness. So then we got this two plugs that's gonna go in the back of your wideband. Let me see if I can do this one-handed. I don't know if you can actually see what I'm doing. There, you plug in the back. So this wire, you know, this one went to the O2 sensor. This one, which is the other end, would be right here. If you look at the instruction manual, the black wire is ground, red is power on, white would be lights, and blue would be signal to the ECU. So let's get that wired up and then we'll work on the oil pressure next. Okay, so I got the wire soldered up. I still got to run the signal to the oil pressure, which is this one, but this is pretty much going right here. I was mistaken. My son told me the white one will go to the K-Pro signal ECU. The blue one we don't use. It's only if you have the AEM ECU. And then ground, the red one is power, key on power lead, and the blue one is lights on. If you go to wrecking yard, you can get this 1-pin connectors from any Integris. Usually there's one on the left front right behind the headlight. That's for, I think, the fog light option. You know, you just go get one of those. And then I gotta get the key, but we're gonna find which one of these is gonna be key on, and then the other one will be lights on signal. So yeah, let's do that, but first I gotta get the key inside the house. Okay, let's go see which one has power and key on. So turn the key on, and then let's see. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's the ends. Let's see. Okay, so you can see it's got power. Now we're gonna turn it off and see if it turns off. With the key off, there's no power, so that would be it. So let's mark that. Let's put this on there. Sorry, it takes two hands, but there you go, we have it on there, so we're not gonna forget. So now let's turn the lights on so you can see your gauges at night, right? So let's see which one. Oh, there it is, see? And then let's turn the lights off, and boom, no power. So it's the one right next to it. You know, when they say when you pay to get in, like $2 to get in, you come out, as Roman Pierce say, pockets ain't empty, because shit like this you put in your pocket, right? I'm not advocating for stealing stuff, but you do buy something. But shit like this, you accidentally leave it in your pocket or in your tool bag. Okay, so I got the wire soldered up. Pretty much ran the wires through here, back, coming out there. Ground is right here. Right here, you can hardly see it, but I ran it underneath in that. I didn't have any eye connector or whatever you want to call it. So what I did was I looped the wire and solder it so that way it doesn't fall apart, and then I stuck it underneath, tightened it. That should be ground. So let's do more wires. I gotta run the signal to the signal on the oil pressure switch. Then I gotta run the white wire to the input on K-Pro. That should be it. As far as the gauge is concerned, it should be working. Let's see. Yeah, see, it's reading. That switched wire, it's actual accessory, not key on, but you know, I mean, that will work too, because when you turn the car off, it'll just turn off too. You just don't want it powered up all the time, because then you'll drain your battery. This car has no radio anyway, so there's no reason to be sitting there with just a key on accessory, right? So you're either key on, starting it, or whatnot. Okay, so we got everything wired up. I got it put back, somewhat buttoned up. I got a lot of wires right there. The one signal wire went through here. I ran it through there, and I ran it through analog 0, the first one, and then my son is just gonna designate it on K-Pro, you know, K-Manage. He's just gonna designate that as the input for wideband 02. Then I got this brown wire right here. This is the signal for the oil pressure switch, but like I said, it's the thread pitch is different on K series and B series. So I'm either gonna get a T-fitting 4K or a sandwich plate. But my son also brought up a good idea, since we're tracking this car. He said go ahead, you know, run a oil cooler and run it off the sandwich plate for the oil cooler. So I might wait, so I'm just gonna leave it like this. We got the idiot light anyways to tell us that we have oil pressure. So we're gonna run it like this for a minute until I figure out what I'm gonna do. So let me go ahead and clean up, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I got everything kind of buttoned up. Let's make sure it's in neutral. You know, I gotta add a couple more. Yeah, see how it's working. Right now it's saying it's 14.5.